Welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I am one of your hosts, Colin, joined here by Dallas, Marshall, and Donnie. Big news out of Lions practice today. Jameer Gibbs was hurt. Ennis Rakestraw was hurt. And Terry and Arnold also went down with an injury. It sounds like, uh, oh gosh, which one was it that wasn't super serious and he might only be out like a couple days? Or was I imagining that?
I think you're imagining that.
Okay. Well, oh, it was the two
They haven't
corners we don't
said they haven't
the
said
two
anything.
corners we
They
don't know
said
about.
Taron Arnold was upper body, and then Ennis Shaw's was an ankle, which they have not given how serious. They have not given what anything about that. Gibbs's injury we know is a hamstring, which still could we don't really know yet. It could be just a pulled hamstring, or it could be a torn hamstring. If it's torn, we're looking not great. That's probably
Yeah.
six-ish weeks, which still isn't, well, being a month away from the season, it's, okay, we miss him for the first couple games, but hopefully it's not too serious. But keep that man off the field, honestly, until week one, I say.
Facts.
You know,
I was gonna say, just
100%.
rest him. You know what you're getting with him.
yeah,
You don't need to rush him.
you don't need to be on the field. He went through all of training camp already, so we know he's good to go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need to rest him up and get him ready.
Put him in one of those red no contact jerseys for the rest of practice.
Yep.
Honestly, with all the injuries, it honestly might be a blessing in disguise having such an early bye week. Because if Gibbs really did miss like 6-7 weeks, that'd put him at week 3. You just hold him over until week 5. We come back from the bye. I mean, and it might end up actually helping us if we keep
Sure.
going.
If his injury is the
Yeah.
worst, because the hamstring, I
Yeah,
think
if it
the
is
worst
that
of the
bad.
worst is 8 weeks, probably, if that. Jay Jettis' last year was, I think, 7 weeks, and he came because he missed 6 games, so 6 weeks. So and his was a
And that was a
torn.
tear, wasn't it?
That was a tear, and he had to have
Yeah.
surgery. So six,
It's
7 weeks
still
at that, and then maybe
I mean, it
games.
does also depend on the severity of the tear too. That
It's
could
still
add a
very
couple
early.
extra weeks.
We also need to specify to people who may or may not watch this. We don't know shit yet. It could come out tomorrow that he just fucking accidentally pulled a JMO and ate a wrong meal and it fucked with his hamstring and he missed a day of practice.
It was just a
So-
cramp.
Well, someone
Yeah.
our reporter totally reported it wrong on an injury. They said I saw ACL, and they said it could fear
Oh
to
my
be
God.
they said it fears that could be an ACL injury, but he's also had ties to a bad hamstring. And then 10 minutes later, I saw Adam Scheffner. I was like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm glad to see Scheffner's name pop up because I feel like I can trust him more than whoever this guy was. And the top comment was like, he's like, what does this make any sense? And it was like, it just basically, I was like, I don't even know who this guy is, but I've never been happy to see Scheffner's name pop up.
We always get such good reporting except this time of the year because it's all nothing but like beat reporters and then the team have to confirm everything.
Yeah.
They don't confirm anything until like the next day.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, a lot of people were pissed because one of the Lions reporters was like, "Yeah, they asked us not to like publish anything until they could like get a grip on it," and it's like people were mad. They were like, "Well, are you reporters or are you like just like working for the team, and like controlling what they want to say?" But like at the end of the day, like we can't report anything until it gets confirmed by somebody. You can't just speculate like
And that's
so
why
and so went
people
down
were
with an injury. Like
people were
you
going
can
crazy on Twitter.
say, "Hey, we're noting that blah 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 left a little early. We don't know what it is. We'll keep you updated." But like the second that the news came public that like it was an injury, like everyone knew. It wasn't like they were holding that information. They don't know until the team says, "Yeah, they're injured."
Yeah, and
It's
that's
all
what they were
great.
saying. They were saying there's so many freaking people there. Like, you cannot give me what happened the play. Like, can you at least give me something? Like, there's nothing. Like, they're just saying
Yeah.
he left. It's like you can't tell me like was it contact, non-contact? Because I'd be more scared if it was a non-contact, or something like
Definitely.
that.
Well, there's so much stuff going on, and like I was just at MSU training camp the other day, and like I even like they were asking. I had my editor for Spartans Illustrated was asking like, "Oh, did you see so and so out there?" And I was like, honestly, I had such little time to be out there to cover it. Like I didn't even get to that position group. Like I did not stop by the linebackers at all today. So it's like I'm sure they have a little bit more time because like for MSU football, we only get 15 minutes to shoot some B-roll, and that's it. That's all we get for practice. But I'm sure they get a little bit more time. But like still, like there's so many guys out there. There's so much stuff going on, and especially like if you're, a print guy and you're like trying to highlight a player that day, you're kind of focused in on their position group all day. You're not really looking at everybody everywhere all the time. So it's hard for people to Like I get like the fans want to know, but it's impossible for everyone to know everything that happens at practice. Like that's why you got to rely on the team PR people to like communicate that to you.
I just hope they do a better job than what the Bengals did last year with Joe Burrow's calf, because that was such a disaster from beginning to end, and I would rather be safe than sorry, especially with someone like Jameer in the hamstring, because you never know how serious it is, first of all, but then you don't want to understate it.
Yeah,
absolutely. And then kind of rolling into our next topic, Hendon Hooker went down with that concussion in that preseason game, but they did say he should be good to play on Saturday.
He scares me, man. He scares me.
But that truck over that one guy
that was sick.
Unbelievably nasty.
That was nasty.
He's gonna get his bell rung though a couple times a year if he does that.
I think we can absolutely say that he is the QB2. Until we've signed another QB, it is not Nate Sudfeld. It is absolutely Hendon Hooker. He looks better on one drive than Nate Sudfeld.
So maybe Jake Fromm will beat out Nate Sudfeld. We'll see.
Like Hendon Hooker looked good on one drive than Nate Sudfeld has looked his entire career. Like that was bad. Like he was literally like it was bad watching him play. Like I seriously I felt bad.
I can't believe you're turning on your boy there, Marshall. Marshall's the #1 Nate Sudfeld guy.
For 2 weeks. He was my guy.
Weeks? You mean 2 years?
2 weeks.
It's been closer to 2 years than 2 weeks.
It was just like I don't even know what came about it. It was because it's because it was in Hard Knocks, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we signed Nate Sudfeld," and he was like. And he just put his hand out like that. I was like, "That's our guy." I was just like, But then I watched him play football, and I was like, "Wow, hey, he's the best. He's the best third string QB of all time." Don't get it.
No, he's not.
Don't get it twisted.
No, he's not.
He's the best 4-string practice QB squad of all time.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He's gonna be the best. He's gonna be the best flag football player of all time.
Okay.
Was he playing 12U? Like, what's going on?
14U.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hendon Hooker looked great. He looked good in the pocket. He looked like he knew kind of what he wanted to do. So, again, it's the same situation as like you can't really judge Hendon Hooker on really how he's playing. Like, bro still has all the backups out there. So, could you imagine what Hendon could do with our offense? Like, we'll never get to know. Like, Goff's our guy. But I would absolutely be okay with Hendon Hooker being our QB2. Still think we need another QB because say Goff goes down at some point. Please don't manifest that. But say Goff goes down at some point. If Hendon's our QB2, what if he gets hurt? Well, we need another one. So
for sure.
Definitely.
But if we have 2 QBs go down, our season's cooked anyway. Realistically, if Goff goes down, we're fucked. If Goff goes down for more than a month, we're probably cooked.
I think Hendon will be good, but do I think he could jump in on a team and succeed? Honestly, it's crazy to say. It depends on where we're at in the season. It's the fact that I feel like if we're playing certain opponents, our team, if our defense steps up like it should with the players that we've added, and our offense is so, I feel like there's so many pieces that he could make it work. Like you've got everything on our offense. You've got speed. You've got all your offensive line. You've got route running. You got your big tight end. You got your 2 good running backs. You've got everything you need on offense. So, I mean, realistically, I feel like he could do all right. But I don't want to talk about that because I hope it doesn't happen. As much as I like Hendon and I think he'll be a great QB2, Goff's our guy. Goff is our guy.
Facts.
I feel like Hendon Hooker, his peak is gonna be 5-0 Cooper Rush level. He'll come in if he comes in for a couple games, gets us a couple dubs. He'll be a legend in the.
That would be best case scenario. That happens one year, and we flip Hendon Hooker for like a 2nd round pick.
The only thing that I saw that people are saying is that obviously Hendon has above Goff is that Hendon obviously can scramble, but then I saw something in practice that said Hendon, his arm is still there. That guy has an arm like nobody's business. I feel like I don't feel like it's gonna work out because I don't feel like Hendon will ever be a starter, and I also don't think that who knows if it'll work out. But I feel like Hendon, Hooker, and JMO could do wonders if Hendon were to become a starter. Because I was watching some I'll get back on track, but I was watching some Bryce Young and Alabama highlights. That man, JMO, was insane in college, bro. He hit that man in stride, and nobody could touch JMO. So I hope
That Mel Tucker was so close to closing the deal to get JMO to come to Michigan State.
Okay, and great. We would have never heard of
JMO
JMO
went
if he
to
went.
Michigan State. JMO wouldn't have fucking sniffed the NFL. So
Man.
MSU has the most goated, almost played here team of all time.
That is not a good list. I'm an MSU fan, and that is not a good list.
No,
Please,
it's
Colin,
not.
stop. But it's yeah. Obviously I think Hendon's our QB too. But I mean, besides that, the preseason, or I didn't really. I mean, there wasn't. You can't go off preseason. But like all these people coming out and saying like Caleb did this, oh Jaden Daniels did this, JJ did this. Yes, okay, they did that against backups. You can't.
But there was guys who looked good. Like I think of all the rookie quarterbacks, like most of them look good. Drake.
I can't look at rookie quarterbacks at all. That is the one position I won't look at because it's like they have an entire backup team around them, and the whole defense is backups as well. That's the one position I can't look at and like be like, yeah.
It's still NFL speed though.
It is.
Say, you watch it. You don't watch it for like if they go out there and they fucking just kind of do whatever, it's fine. Like you don't really take from that. What you take from it is like what Jaden Daniels did or what Caleb did on those like kind of little like.
I feel like Jaden Daniels looked the best.
Jalen Daniel, like he had that long deep bomb where he fucking put it in a needle or put it in a keyhole, whatever the fuck you want to say. It was a really tight window throw. That was really.
It's a tight throw.
And then Caleb, when he was under pressure and he just kind of like Mahomesian flipped it out. A little screen, whatever you want to call it. That was good. I think what was the other one? Bo Nix. Bo Nix did really good. Which honestly, I don't want to get out there too early. I think Bo Nix.
We're hopping on the Bo Nix train.
Has chance.
Are we jumping off the Drake May train?
I like Drake May.
I want to make a bold prediction.
This is the problem right now with Drake May. I literally, to some degree, like everybody in New England's quarterback room right now. I think Joe Milton has like
Bailey Zappi is not that guy. Get that.
Just wait till you hear my predictions.
Hold on,
brother. You're not gonna like mine either.
I think Drake May's good.
We're hyping up Bo Nix. We're hyping up Drake May. I got both of them at the bottom of their divisions.
I think Drake May could be good. I think Jacoby Brissett is a good like fill-in starter. For what he is, he's good. I think Joe Milton is like a physical freak. I'm like, he might not know shit or like how to throw an accurate ball at all, but like just physically he's impressive. And then obviously Bailey Zappi. When we were talking about Hendon Hooker, I was kind of thinking, I was like, man, I kind of wish a part of me wishes we didn't have Hendon because Bailey Zappi is going to get flipped for like a 7th round pick because New England's not carrying 4 quarterbacks. So Bailey Zappi's going to go somewhere else. And I'm like, man, Zappi behind golf.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction.
No, absolutely not.
Zappi can fucking sling it.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction. In the next 5 years, Caleb Williams will be the 4th best quarterback out of his draft class. Just saying that right now. Give me.
We'll be the other 3.
Give me.
You're already laughing. There's no way.
Give me Jaden Daniels, no question.
I don't.
Give me Bo Nix, and give me Joe Milton out of that draft class.
All fucking crazy.
I don't think Drake May will pan out, and I definitely don't think JJ McCarthy will pan out. So give me Bo Nix, Joe Milton, and Jaden Daniels.
Hey, JJ was slinging it, dude. I don't want to.
Yeah, no, he won't.
I saw Joe Milton get exposed in real time by MSU's defense. I don't think that man is ever going to be successful.
Why are we referring to MSU? Like, bro.
Yeah, you need to quit bringing up MSU. MSU 2 to 3 times this early in the podcast is signs of disaster.
Listen, we keep
I love
mentioning
MSU,
things that I can tie to MSU. I'm sorry.
Why are we tying everything to MSU? We're going to get into our predictions. He's like, I predicted MSU to have this record.
MSU's going to go 17-0 this year in the NFL, actually.
Colin's going to be like, all right, in the Big Ten, I have. It's like, oh, you're the wrong predictions.
But, trying to think, I don't think anything else really big happened. Stetson Bennett threw 4 interceptions and still somehow had a game-winning drive. That was kind of fucking wild.
Give him Stafford's job.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's the one caveat to my predictions is that the Rams prediction is with Stetson Bennett at the quarterback.
Okay. Yep. Shut the fuck up. All right.
I do have a bold take. I think Stafford's gonna pull an Andrew Luck right here at the next preseason game and retire after the preseason.
Wouldn't that be wild?
I'm not even joking. I would literally I would throw my phone.
And
in
it
a
wouldn't
fucking
even be like a sign a
I would
one-day
never
contract with
talk to
Detroit,
any
to
again.
retire.
Why? He's
Retire
had a
Lion.
great
It would be
career.
I would
retire as a
literally-
Ram.
He's had a good career. It's like
If
it's not like he's
he
retiring
Andrew
early.
Lucked that shit. I would literally. I'd
But
be
it wouldn't even be near what Andrew Luck did. Andrew Luck retired
Yeah.
after 7 years. Stafford's been in the league 15
And
years.
my point would be if Matthew Stafford was to do what Andrew Luck did right now, I would be not only like mad that he retired, I would be fucking pissed because I think Andrew Luck had a reason to retire. Matthew has not been banged up to the
Okay,
point
so
where
so what you're saying is what you need out of Matthew Stafford is a hey guys,
Wasn't he
this will be
just
my
injured
last
2
year,
years
so
ago?
that way you can celebrate it. Like, hey guys, this next year
I
he would
don't
say,
I don't
guys-
need that. I would love that. I don't even need that. I want him to play like he's like 36 or 37 right now. I think he's gonna play till he's about 40. I want to like go into the year and be like, yeah, like realistically, this is it. Like I don't
That's
need him to
this
say.
year.
I just need me to think it.
wait till
You know
Goff
what I mean?
ends his career.
So we'll start off with the NFC. We'll do the NFC East, and I'll just go left to right. So NFC East, I have the Eagles winning the NFC East at 13-4, the Cowboys at a close second at 12-5, the Commanders
Whoa,
at 10-7.
whoa.
What?
Commanders 10.
No,
Did I
what
hear
did you?
it?
No, what were the Cowboys' record?
12-5.
Oh, 12. I heard 10-5. I said, what?
No. We're missing some
Yeah,
games
you're
there.
tripping.
10, 5, and 2. You didn't let him finish.
Yeah.
yeah,
No
Colin, if you were
ties.
dying here.
I thought about throwing in a tie
tie
just for fun, just to fuck with y'all.
Oh, taking it back. Have you guys ever looked at the records from like the 60s and you'll see teams that are like 6-6-4? It's like, what are we doing? These
4
guys-
ties in 1 year. is
Those
crazy.
ties would be like 0-0 too. That's the worst part.
Hey.
Yeah. They need to bring back ties in college. That's what they need to do.
All right, recap.
I couldn't think of
Colin.
a worse decision than that. Bring back ties.
And then in last place in the NFC East, no shocker, the Giants. I have them at 2-15. Brutal
hold on,
year for
hold on.
them.
We in that talking, we skipped over something. You had the Commanders winning 10 games.
I have them in the playoffs.
Wow.
That's not crazy. I don't think that's crazy.
I think the Commanders could be
Sneaky
very
good.
similar to the Texans' rise this past year.
I respectfully think that's fucking insane, Calvin.
Okay, it's okay to be wrong, but
Colin, I gotta respect that out of you. You know, there's always that one team every year that just goes crazy.
Exactly.
And honestly,
I think it's the Commanders.
The
this year.
Commanders have talent, bro. They say
Exactly.
Eckler goes crazy.
Jaden
Eckler
Daniels
could go
is
crazy.
good, dude.
Jaden Daniels,
I
Terry
do agree
McLaurin.
that Jane Daniels could be good. I think he could be so good that the Commanders maybe win 5 games. I think he could be that
All right.
good. But that we got to think.
Just say you don't know ball, all right? Just say you don't know ball.
I don't have to debate every one of these, but Sam Howell was objectively like pretty good for what he was last year. And that
Jaden
offensive
Daniels
line-
is better. Jaden Daniels is
Okay,
better.
okay.
Sam
and that
Howell
can-
led the league. in
Donnie, you should have
interceptions.
stopped after you said you
That
just
can
don't
be
know
true.
ball.
All right,
Daniels-
moving on. NFC North. Lions at 13-4, Packers at 10-7. As much as it sucked, I don't know how the fuck it happened, but I had the Bears at 10-7 too. They missed the playoffs with that record, but they somehow wound up 10-7. And then the Vikings at 1-16. I also don't know how that happened.
Donnie, you're muted.
I
by
think
the way.
that I think that the Vikings should probably have like 5 or 6 wins, but
Donnie,
like
you're
when I
muted.
went through it like week by week, yeah, Donnie, you're still muted, my guy.
Donnie, you're muted.
Why you mute me, you dumb
It's
bitch?
so funny. I
But
can read a
could
lip.
move on.
It's funny. I can read his lips. What the fuck?
Why
Okay,
you-
let's get back to 1-16.
Yeah, so I don't know
I
how
hate
the fuck
JJ
that
McCarthy, and
happened.
I don't even think they'll be
I
that
would
bad.
probably give them like 5 wins. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but it did, so I got to
Well, you
roll
did
with
give
it.
them 5 wins. You went
Alright,
through it. You didn't give
so-
them 5 wins.
So go back again. So you said Lions 13-4.
Lions 13-4, Packers 10-7, and then Bears 10-7. Both the
Shit.
Packers and the Bears missed the playoffs.
Oh, they both
With,
missed.
they
Wow.
both missed it at 10-7, which is brutal.
That is
10-7
brutal.
should be good enough to get you in the playoffs every year.
This man has the NFC.
So then the NFC South, my boy
boy.
Kirk Cousins leading the Falcons to glory, 11-6.
That's not bad.
7-10 for the Saints in second place, 4-13 for the Buccaneers.
What?
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
That's another one that like I just like
Hmm.
kept picking against them, and then I realized at the end.
So,
Uh,
shit.
if you don't pay attention, you pick against like 2 or 3 teams.
Exactly. That's what happened. That's what happened to the Steelers too. I won't spoil what their record is, but Mike Tomlin did not finish with a winning record next year. That's all I'll say.
Well,
and then the Panthers were also 4-13. I'm not sure how that really happened either. But they still sucked, so I guess it's okay.
You say I don't know how that happened. Like that's like not a normal regular record for them.
Well, in my head I was like the Panthers are probably going to be lucky to win like 2 games, but I ended up picking them for multiple.
I definitely think they can get a little more 2 games.
And then the NFC West, I have the 49ers at 13-4, Rams at 12-5, Cardinals at 7-10, which was a little low to me. I wanted to give them like 8 or 9 wins, but just kind of worked out that way. And then the Seahawks in last at 7-10 too. So kind of a loaded NFC year, according to me, apparently. And then the seeding for that works out where the Niners are the 1 seed, Lions are the 2 seed against the Commanders, Eagles are the 3 seed against the Rams, and then the Falcons are the 4 seed against the Cowboys.
On the AFC.
AFC, we'll do East to West again. Jets at 13-4. That was a sneaky one that snuck up. I just didn't pick against the Jets enough, I guess. 12-5 for the Bills. I would probably flip-flop those if I were to do it again. 10-7 for the Dolphins, and then 1-16 for the Patriots.
Jeez.
2 1-win teams.
2 1-win teams is unbelievable, and 1 2-win team.
Yeah.
I don't think that's literally ever happened before. I don't think
Probably
there's been
not.
2 1-win teams.
Wouldn't be
just how it
never
worked
happened
out.
before if it wasn't for Colin.
Yes, sir. Then the AFC North, I got Bengals at 14-3, Ravens at 13-4, the Browns at 8-9, and then the Steelers at 3-14.
Okay, what?
That was another one where it was just like I
Mike
kept
Tomlin,
picking against them, and then I
Mr.
realized
Never
about
had a
halfway through,
losing season, loses
I know.
the season.
I
and goes
realized
3
about
and
halfway
14.
through the season when they were like,
Colin, here's my argument to that is that they have the same team as last year, except they went
A better
positive
quarterback.
with Kenny Pickett. With Kenny Pickett, they
no,
went 9-8.
that's totally valid.
You mean
They have
Mason
lost.
Rudolph?
Valid.
Mason Rudolph led that team.
And it was
Justin Fields is 10 times better than Kenny Pickett.
about
No comment.
halfway through the season that I realized that they were locked in for a losing record, and I was like, well, shit.
Might
So
as well keep going.
they were like
That is
1-9 at one point in my
probably-
prediction.
That is
so
probably
that
your
is,
worst cube.
I was going to say that is my
prediction
worst
yet.
prediction so far.
Especially since they
NFC
just
South,
got Deontay Johnson too.
Yeah, NFC South, I have the Texans at 14-3, the Colts at 7-10, Jags at 4-13, and then the Titans at 3-14. AFC West, Chiefs 14-3, Chargers 13-4.
What?
That was a big jump that I did not intend to have.
Whoa.
Then
What?
the Raiders at 4-13, and then the Broncos at 3-14.
Bro.
So
What is, bro, John is Jim is Jim Harbaugh the best coach of all time?
I don't think the
If
Chargers
he
were
gets
that bad
that
before.
roster,
Bro, their
13,
starting
14,
receiver is Quentin Johnson, the guy who dropped
Hey,
73 passes.
TCU legend Quentin Johnson
Shut up.
does not.
Herbert must have an MVP season at that rate.
Man,
He's
God.
got it.
man.
Herbert,
With
give
those
him
dog shit
5
receivers too.
MVPs if they win 13 games. What
If
the
they
fuck?
win 13 games, Herbert's the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah, I don't. That's another one where I'm just like, I just
6,000
I
yards
kept
and
picking
62
them,
touchdowns.
and they just it
Oh,
worked
you
out
took
that way.
over 7th grade for them to get.
All right,
So-
run us through your playoffs.
The playoffs for the AFC, the seeding was Texans 1 seed, Chiefs 2 seed against the Bills, Bengals 3 seed against the Ravens, and Jets 4 seed against the Chargers. So we'll just stick with the AFC side. I took the Chiefs over the Bills, the Ravens over the Bengals, and the Jets over the Chargers. Then
Ravens upset Bengals.
I took Ravens over the Texans in the divisional round. Then Chiefs over the Jets, and then Chiefs over the Ravens. Chiefs into the Super Bowl. Then on the NFC
again.
side, I had the Lions beating the Commanders, the Eagles beating the Rams, and the Cowboys upsetting the
Niners.
Falcons.
Oh, Falcons. My bad.
Yeah,
They were the
and
ones. My
then
bad.
yeah, divisional round I had Cowboy or no, Jesus, not Cowboys. I had Niners over the Cowboys, and then Lions over the Eagles. So we had a NFC rematch. We get two conference championship rematches now that I think about it. And then I had the Niners beating the Lions once again in the NFC Championship.
Bro just had the last season's playoffs.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Holy
that's
shit!
what
This
happened.
man said, wait, this was the schedule for
No,
last
that's
year.
genuinely what happened. And then I also picked the Chiefs to 3.
Gee,
So.
man, be original. Bro said, all right, I'm gonna be as most unoriginal as possible in the regular season, but playoffs, I'm gonna do the same shit that just happened last year.
Yes, sir. So
Well,
yeah, that's my prediction.
You know what? I'll be honored to go next after that performance.
So just to clarify, you have KC 49ers Super Bowl.
Yep.
Who do you have winning? Did you say who you have winning?
Kansas City.
You have Kansas City. Okay.
Yep.
Are you writing all this down?
I was gonna write down division winners.
Oh, I was gonna go.
Well,
I was gonna go back and write
all
our predictions down and our Super Bowl and playoff winners. But you can do it too. It's fine.
I was just doing Super Bowl
Maybe you should
picks
both
because
do
we
it,
started going so
just to,
fast. I was like, you know what?
I'm
fuck you.
gonna go back. I'm gonna put it in the spreadsheet. I already have it actually made where I put our preseason record predictions along with playoffs and Super Bowl. I think I have it right here. Yeah, so I have it so I can show our records and then the Super playoff predictions and Super Bowl, and then it goes to week 1, week 2, week 3. So I'll throw that in there, and then that way we can compare it at the end of the season. Will give us.
Are you using the same picks as you did like a month ago, or whenever you brought this up to us, or did you
Hell to the no, Donnie. That was a 5 minute as fast as I can. Like, because this one I was like picking them and like, all right, let me look at the records. Ooh, okay. So obviously 4-1 versus 1-4. That one I didn't even know at week 16. I didn't know who had what record, and somehow I had the Panthers winning their division at 6-11. So
Was that last year?
no, that was I did one of these, but really quickly.
Oh, gotcha.
This is my actual.
I will say I did this right before we logged on too. That probably
how long
played
did
into
you guys
mine.
spend on all yours?
I spent like maybe 15 minutes on mine.
Yeah, not too
20
long.
minutes probably.
I think I spent like.
If
10
I actually
minutes.
gave this some more thought, I think it would probably be a bit
You
better.
gotta sit down for like an hour. I was like,
No.
if I sat down for an hour, there ain't no
All
way.
right.
No, I spent like 15, maybe 20 minutes.
I'll start it off with mine. We'll go on the AFC side first. AFC East, I'll do same thing as Colin did, East to West. AFC East, I have the Bills winning their division at 10-7, and I have the Jets at second place, also with 10-7. I have the Dolphins and third place at 9-8, and the Patriots in last at 4-13. So not a crazy competitive division, but not too bad. AFC North, I have the Bengals going 13-4. I have the Ravens going 12-5. I have Mike Tomlin grinding out that another winning season and going 9-8, and I have the Browns going 7-10. AFC South, I have the Texans at 12-5. And you have the Colts at 9-8. I have the Titans, a lot better than Colin did, at 7-10. And I have the Jags at 6-11. And then AFC West, I have the Chiefs at 12-5, winning their division. I have the Raiders in second place at 8-9. I have the Chargers at 6-11. And in last place, I have the Broncos at 4-13. So that is my AFC side. And then NFC East, I have it must be not too crazy because no one's really chimed in and freaked the fuck out like Collins. So NFC East, I have the Eagles at 12-5. I have the Cowboys at 10-7. I have the Commanders at 5-12. And I have the Giants at 3-14. Is how I got that division going. And then NFC North, I have the Lions winning their division at 11-6. I have the Packers at 9-8 in second place. I have the Vikings at 8-9, not 1-16, and I have the Bears at 8-9 as well. So a pretty competitive division. So it's really hard division there. That's probably I think the North is one of the harder divisions in the NFL. So right up there with probably the AFC North. NFC South, I have the Bucks winning the division at 10-7. And then Falcons with a very close second, also at 10-7. I have the Saints going 7-10, and then I have the Panthers getting 5 wins, 5-12. And then NFC West, I have the 49ers winning their division at 11-6, the Rams in second place at 11-6, and then the Cardinals in third place at 9-8, and the Seahawks in last place at 5-12. So I like that. I like the 9-8 Cardinals. I kind of also wanted like 10 wins for them. I think they're going to be a good team. I think Kyler's going to come back and show everyone what he used to be. So moving on to my playoff predictions. We'll start over in the AFC side. I have the first game, the 2-seed Chiefs up against the 7th-seed Dolphins. I have the Chiefs coming away with that one. My 1-seed also is the Bengals. I have the 3-seed Texans facing the 6-seed Jets. I have the Jets upsetting the Texans at home. And then I have the 4-seed Bills against the 5-seed Ravens, and I have the Bills getting it done. Moving on to the divisional, we have the 1-seed Bengals versus the 6-seed Jets. I have the Bengals getting it done. And then the 2-seed Chiefs versus the 4-seed Bills. I have the Bills finally taking out the Chiefs once and for all in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. That's
A crazy upset. Something that finally, I think should happen. Josh Allen finally gets what he deserves. He's been beaten by Mahomes 100 times, so it finally happens.
They can beat him there in the regular season just fine. It's the fucking playoffs that they
it's when it matters most.
But it was all for nothing because I have the 1-seed Bengals beating the 4-seed Bills. So I have the Bengals going to the Super Bowl.
The Bengals the seed?
Yes.
I wasn't listening to that. Damn.
Next, NFC, I have the 2-seed 49ers playing the 7th-seed Cowboys. The Cowboys flipped the script this year, and they win as a 7th seed in San Francisco. So they get the dub in San Francisco. I have the 3-seed Lions versus the 6-seed Falcons. I have the Lions getting the dub there at home. And then I have the 5-seed Rams versus the 4-seed Bucks. I do have the Rams winning that game. Got the 1-seed Eagles versus my 7th-seed Cowboys. I got the Eagles winning this one. Cowboys run is no more. And then I have got the 3-seed Lions against the 5-seed Rams. I've got the Rams beating out the Lions this year. Unfortunately,
Ooh,
they get you got the Niners beating the Lions. I think last year we got them. I think this year Stafford gets us. And
Who'd
then
you have winning week 1? Out of curiosity, between the two teams.
I think the Rams. Honestly,
Yeah, the Rams beating us.
Because that's going to be my week 1 predictions. I do think Rams take Lions week 1. I think it's going to be even though I think the Lions will have a great season. So even then, going back to the divisional for the Lions, it's still good. So I'd be happy with it, even as a Lions fan. So, and then 5-seed Rams versus 1-seed Eagles. Doesn't matter. Eagles do beat the Rams. Stafford doesn't get to go to another Super Bowl. Then I have the 1-seed versus the 1-seed. Eagles versus Bengals, a really cool Super Bowl matchup. Both have been to a Super Bowl, but neither have won. A little bit more exciting, I feel like, for fans more than Colin's predictions. I hope this one happens a little bit more than Colin's. But Eagles versus Bengals, I do have Jalen Hurts and that Eagles team getting it done this year, finally, and a very good matchup. So I do have the Eagles winning the Super Bowl as my Super Bowl predictions. I think they added a lot this year. I think they signed their guys. I think Jalen Hurts comes back with vengeance. They got who? Didn't they get a running back? Oh yeah, they got Saquon. Duh. They got Saquon behind that O-line. Like Saquon's gonna go crazy. They've still got like a bunch of good people. Defense, they brought back CJ Gardner-Johnson. I think this Eagles team is going to go crazy this year. So that's my predictions.
All right. Man, I can't get over having the Lions lose, man.
I went back and forth on that. I was like, am I really a douche for making the Lions lose this game? But I just was looking, I was like, can it really happen twice? And I was like,
I think if Matthew Stafford comes in and knocks the Lions out of the playoffs, I would probably go walk into traffic.
It's better than blowing a 24-7 lead.
What would you rather have happen? Go to the conference championship and get beat by the fucking Niners again? or get beat by the Rams on their way to the Super Bowl.
In the divisional?
Go to the fucking championship.
No, I would rather lose to the Rams. I would absolutely rather lose to the Rams.
I would much rather go farther.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to make.
It would still suck, but I would rather make the conference championship.
Making the conference championship again and not getting to the Super Bowl. Honestly, I would be more happy.
Well, you're still in the conference championship.
Yes, but we lose again to the same team. And to the Niners again, I would be more happy.
Oh, fucking well.
Like, at least if we lose to the Rams, I know you guys don't think like this, but if we lose to the Rams, at least I'm like, you know what? Like Matthew Stafford is.
Oh yeah, see, I give zero fucks about that. Like,
I'm saying if we lose to Brock Purdy, I might fucking kill myself.
Oh, I don't.
You guys complain about the 49ers being the Avengers all year last year. They beat us again. Now it's a problem. Like
no. See, mine's not
you
about
think
the
I'm happy when they beat us last year? What the fuck does that mean?
Mine's not about the players that are on the team. It's not about really the team. It's more. It is because I don't want to lose. I feel like losing to the Niners 2 times in a row in the same game would be rough. We lose to the Rams in the divisional. It's like,
I mean, it would be tough, but at least you made it there again.
Yeah, but
I don't want to make it 1 game shy of the Super Bowl.
1 game shy is terrible.
That sucked.
So we don't.
It sucks, but at least you're fucking there. I would much rather end my season in the conference championship.
I'd rather plateau at the Western I would rather plateau at the NFC Championship.
I don't want to
dip down. Like what?
But it's also again, it is losing.
I'd rather maintain that success.
It has nothing to do with Brock Purdy and Matt Stafford. It has zero things to do about that. The Niners again. If we lost to the Niners,
fuck who the team is.
Oh, see, yeah, I don't. If we lost to the Niners twice in a row, I'm walking in.
If we lost to the Niners twice in a row,
it would be like crazy.
It would be like the Bills.
If we lose to the Niners twice in a row,
Bills and the Bulls. It would feel like we can beat this fucking team.
If we lose to the Niners twice in a row in the same game, I'm walking in traffic. Because if we lose to the Rams, in my eyes, it's like, you know what? We beat them last year. They beat us this year. All right, well, fair game. We'll see you next year. It has nothing to do with the team.
Playing the Niners this year, if we go into San Fran and they beat us, and then we get beat in the playoffs by them, oh my fucking god! It would literally, it would be awful. It would be terrible.
I don't give a shit. You're 1 game away from the Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
Plus, you're losing to a superior team. You're losing to a superior team. If you lose to the Rams, that's a less value team you're losing to. That's worse.
I don't think the Lions are here and the Rams are here. It's like the Lions here, the Rams here. Like it's not like we would lose to the.
But in my predictions, both teams going 11-6, so it really isn't a superior team. I can't lose to the Niners again in the conference championship.
That's just fucking wild to me.
Like, I really don't see, and that's the thing.
This is the LeBron argument. Like,
especially since we already beat. If we, you know what, I would say, well,
Lions fans don't know how to handle success. That's what I'm taking away from this.
It'd be the same
I just think
situation.
you guys are okay, like with the fucking.
It'd be the
like shit.
I mean, I obviously don't want to like never make a fucking Super Bowl, but if we were to repeat and go back to the conference championship, I'd take that. I'd take that.
Like,
it'd be the same scenario. So say last year if we lost to Matt Stafford and the Rams at home, and we were to come back and play them again at home, it'd be that same scenario. I would not want to lose to the same team twice in a row in the same game. You know how bad that looks.
Card round, though.
That looks so bad.
That's not the NFC Championship.
If we go out next year, in my eyes, I know it could be, but in my eyes, if we go out next year, my predictions are spot on. We beat the Falcons in our wild card game. Boom. Another playoff win added to Dan's record. We're looking good. We go into that divisional game, same team, the Rams. I have them at 11-6. They're still a hot team. Great offense, amazing offense, and a decent defense. And we lose to them. Okay, we beat them last year. They beat us this year. We'll come back next year, regroup. We'll do just as good. But if we get
they would have beat us twice this 1 year.
If we get to that conference if we get to that conference championship game, my thought is we can't lose to these guys again. If we lose to these guys again, we will look like fools. Will look like
it's the way we lost. It's the way we lost.
The Bills have started
But I would much rather lose in the NFC Championship.
Are you telling me the Bills have not started to become laughing stocks because they cannot make it past the Chiefs?
The difference is
I don't want to do it to the
Bills
Niners.
have tried like 6 times. This is only the 2nd try for the Lions.
But it'd be in the same game 2 years in a row.
This is only the 3rd ever NFC Championship.
If we blow another 24-7 lead, then it'd be embarrassing. But who's to say that's going to happen? What if it's a close game and we lose by a field goal?
There's also, I know you guys might not think this way again, too, but there's a small factor in my brain with losing to the Rams versus losing to the Niners. The Niners are younger, and I feel like the Niners are going to be good for another 2-3 years, basically no matter what. They're going to lose guys, but they're not going to go from a 13-win team to a fucking 6-win team. Like, I think they're going to be around 10 to 13 wins the next 3-4 years. I think the Rams, I think Matthew Stafford's probably going to play about 2 more years, and then he's like, that Rams team's going to fucking suck. They're probably going to suck before he's done. So it's like, if you lose to the Rams, it's also like, okay, well, they're not a fucking problem anymore. If you get beat by the Niners, and the Lions and the Niners keep, like, they're both good for the next 5 years, and yeah, it's like what Marshall's saying. It's like, okay, we got to face the team in the playoffs that we can't fucking beat for the next 5 years. Like,
to
that
be the man, you have to beat the man. Like,
I understand your aspect of we made it to the conference championship game.
Yeah, but the Niners aren't even the.
But seriously, but see, there's no reward. So once you make it to the playoffs, okay, you win your division, you made it to the playoffs, you get your reward. You won your division, you made it to the playoffs. Okay? After that, it's basically like if you win the conference championship game, that's another thing. Your conference championships. But winning a division game and losing a conference championship game and wild card, anywhere in between there, if you win or lose, it doesn't matter. So winning that division game and basically losing that conference game, it'd be like, you know what? Okay, we just regroup, come back next year. But losing 2 conference championships game in a row do not look good at all. Not at all.
I'm also in Marshall's boat. If you win one playoff game, we go to the wild card and we win a playoff game. I don't give a fuck what happens after that unless we make the Super Bowl. Like,
yes.
30 years. It took us 30 years to get to the fucking NFC Championship game.
And that's awesome. I don't know how you fucking felt. After we won the playoffs, like, I realized I don't give a fuck about playoff wins unless we go to the Super Bowl. That's all I give a fuck.
Like playoff wins are going to be nice. Like, we go to the wild card, we win, boom. Okay, we're still that team. But the goal is the Super Bowl. And if you make it to the divisional round and you lose, it's like, well, you know, that sucks. But, you know, well, it is what it is. We'll come back, regroup next year. But you are 1 game away from the Super Bowl again. I said this right after we lost to the Niners 1 time. I said I would have rather lost in a divisional round than lose that game, because that game hurts that you're so close yet so far. I would rather lose. I'd rather lose in a Super Bowl than lose in a conference championship game.
Why are we not striving for getting as far as possible every single year?
I don't think you guys are kind of getting this.
I'm glad
you guys are fucking idiots. That's what I'm grasping right now. Like, what are we talking about?
Thank you.
What are we talking about?
I'm a little separate than Marshall. I'm glad
we
made
a loser's mentality.
Right, man,
I got to see that.
I'm just happy to be there.
I'm gonna be very dead ass right now. I think me and Marshall are bigger Lions fans than you guys, and it fucking sucks being that close and not like seeing that happen.
I witnessed the 0-16 season.
Okay,
the 0-16
that
season.
game, that conference championship game.
I witnessed.
I'm telling you right now.
No winning period. No winning period. I'm okay with losing in the fucking conference championship. Sorry.
See, that's the thing. Like, I've said it. Like, that Niners game messed me up. Like, that was sucked.
It's because we blew a lead. If we just lost straight up without blowing that big of a lead, you guys wouldn't be feeling this way. I promise you.
I stand on this, and I'm firm with this. I would rather lose in a Super Bowl than a conference championship game. I would rather, like, I know you're 1 game away, but you at least made the Super Bowl. I would also rather lose in the divisional than the conference, but that's because you gain nothing by getting to the conference championship game. You gain nothing getting past the divisional.
Like I
said,
what
do you gain?
So why
let's
aren't
just
you happy
lose the wild card then?
Let's not make the playoffs. Let's not make the playoffs if we're not going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, now you guys are
That's what you fucking saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying yes, I want to make the playoffs. But if we're going to win the divisional and not win the conference, then what's the fucking point?
What's the point of making the playoffs?
If we can't win the conference championship game, what's the fucking point of winning any game before that?
We're saying there's no difference. Okay, you go and you win a playoff game. That's awesome. You love winning a playoff game every year. Like, if you can do that consistently,
we haven't. But okay. Go ahead. We've never established that.
Okay, and me and Marshall literally just said after we go and win a wild card game, okay, it doesn't fucking matter anymore unless we're in the dance. And that's fucking what you want to, like.
We're not at that stage as a franchise. We're not in that stage, though.
It's like, it's getting your hopes up. It is literally getting your hopes up. So say you make it, and this is, I guess I'm saying, yes, I want to make it to the conference championship game. So, like, if we aren't doing these predictions and say any other year, obviously, I want to make it as far as I can go. But if someone from the future were to look at me and say, you have a choice that predicts your future, you can either make it to the conference championship game and lose, or make it to the divisional and lose. Pick one. I'm picking divisional and lose. I'm not going one game away and not making it. I am not going one game away and not making it.
You guys can't act like we're crazy when me and him are both literally. I think this is just.
Yeah, you're both fucking crazy. I don't know.
I think it's just.
I don't think.
I guess we're gonna just have to agree to disagree.
Yeah,
I don't think
we're not gonna convince each other. I think you're crazy. You guys think we're crazy. Like that's just it.
I don't think you guys are crazy. I understand your point, but I just don't. I don't think it affects.
Well, then I think you're crazy.
I don't think that. I legitimately.
All right, Colin. Let me ask you this: so, say the next 4 years in a row we make the conference championship game and we lose every single one.
Yep.
To the 49ers.
That is, you are insane.
Yep.
You are in fucking insane, Colin.
Oh no.
Because you at least have a chance to win one of those games.
I don't give a fuck. I would seriously. If we make it to 4 straight conference championship games and lose every single one,
I would rather have the chance.
Fire the head coach.
Play for a Super Bowl.
You fire the head coach if you make it to 4 championships games and you lose every single one. You fire the head coach. You absolutely get him.
If it's to the if it's mediocre. This is why we're a mediocre franchise.
Yeah, you get them the fuck out of there. If they can't, there have been talks of the
Bills. 12 games in a row. Every year he's been in Dallas. He's on the hot seat and they're ready to get them.
And the Bills coach was also on the hot seat for a little bit. They started questioning. They started questioning the Bills head coach. They are questioning him. Like that's like if he doesn't make it to a Super Bowl and he keeps losing in the playoffs, they're gonna boot him. You can't get that close and not make it.
I would rather consistently be there and then like 1 or 2 times win that game. You know, you at least have a chance to like win that game and move on. I would rather do that than consistently be in the fucking wild card or divisional round.
Yes, but this is hypothetically saying we don't win that game, Colin. That's what we're talking about.
I don't care. I would still rather be there and have that chance.
Yeah, see, now that's where we're getting into the stage I think you're crazy. I don't want that. If we're not going to win, if I know we're not going to win, I don't want to be there.
I would rather go and win the conference championship 1 time than get there 8 times and lose every fucking one. Like, that's kind of, I think, what me and Marshall are getting at more than you are.
It's just,
I mean, like as a fan, that would hurt to like lose all of those.
I just don't think you're understanding how bad
years in a row. But like from a team standpoint, you want to fucking be in that game every fucking year. I don't give a fuck if you lose.
Yes, but you don't want to lose every. Yeah, well, you don't give a fuck if we lose. What?
I mean, like, of course I care. Of course I care if we lose. I would rather win a fucking Super Bowl. But I'm saying like it's not
Colin,
like the end of the world. Like you were that close. You were one of the best teams in the league.
It was Colin. There is not a day for the past 3 months, but after that game, there wasn't a day that went by that I cannot believe we won that game. There's still days I open Twitter and I see something about that game, and I'm like, I can't believe.
Lead. If that had been a competitive game the whole time and we lost at the end anyway, like
I just can't believe we were that close.
My biggest thing,
so far.
I think a competitive game down to the end is just as bad, if not worse, than a fucking blown lead. Honestly,
what are we talking about?
All right, we
gotta move on.
Dallas, give us your predictions.
Okay. All right, NFC West. We're going NFC West.
God damn it.
I got the 49ers winning the division at 12-5.
All right.
Followed up by the Rams at 10-7. I have the Cardinals at 5-12, and then the Seahawks at 4-13.
All right, that's not bad. Yeah, no way. We got fans back there saying, "Whoa!"
He said, "Damn."
She's waiting for the Bengals. She's like, "Say it, fucking say it."
She better leave for the Bengals. That's all I'm saying.
She's gonna beat your ass if you don't have the Bengals in the Super Bowl, bro.
That's crazy.
NFC South, I have the Buccaneers winning the division again at a solid 9-8, followed by the Falcons at 9-8. Then I have the Saints at 4-13 and the Panthers at 4-13.
Respectable. Wait, who'd you have winning the division?
The Bucks.
Okay, I'm glad that you and me are on the same page there.
I had
the Falcons also a playoff team. It means they're both 9-8.
They were not. Only the Bucks. NFC North got the Lions at 13-4, winning the division, followed by the Packers at 10-7.
Let's go.
I feel like we all are gonna have the Lions winning the division. I'd hope.
I'd hope so.
Don't speak so soon.
If you say like Vikings 17-0, I'll wait for Colin to say it.
I got the Bears at 8-9, and then the Vikings at 3-14.
Our first and second place identical with identical records. That's crazy.
You guys are really like you guys realize I'm the biggest JJ McCarthy hater, and I had the Vikings going 8-9.
To be fair, I believe Sam Darnold started.
They have a decent defense, and then they still have the best receiver in football.
They have a tough start to the schedule.
They do.
So
they have a tough schedule. Period.
They do.
Period. Yes.
They do.
Going into the NFC East, I have the Cowboys at 13-4. I have the Eagles right behind them at 12-5. Commanders at 8-9, and then the Giants at 3-14.
Yeah.
All right, now you gotta go AFC East to West.
Yep, AFC East to West. I have the Miami Dolphins winning the division.
Wow.
For the first time since like 2000.
I'm stunned. Wow.
He did say that kind of crazy.
I did. It's my fault. My bad.
I can't wait for the Chiefs win the division. What?
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
I cannot believe it. Chad Henne's gonna take them all the way.
I should
Chad
do
Henne.
every fucking team.
I'm pretty sure Chad Henne retired.
He's coming back.
No,
I would. So I got the Dolphins at 13-4. I got the Bills at 12-5.
13-4.
13-4.
Crazy.
They have a really easy start to their schedule. I'm not even gonna lie.
Who, the Bills?
No, the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Jets I got at 10-7, and then the New England Patriots at 2-15.
17-0. Oh, damn.
Going into the North, I got the Ravens at 13-4, the Bengals at 12-5, Browns at 9-8, and then the Steelers 6-10 or 7-10. I'm sorry.
I was like, oh, that don't make sense. I'm not a big Steelers guy, but you guys are really hating on the Steelers.
I mean, I could still see 7 wins respectably.
I'm one of those guys that has that hunch that Russ is gonna cook. Like, I really do. Like, in a Mike Tomlin offense with so many weapons around you, like, you gotta realize the Broncos I don't think they just have everything there. I feel like the Steelers just have everything there. I feel like Russ is gonna cook.
I feel like this would be their best chance. I don't know.
I'm a big Steelers homer. The back, like, I don't know.
Back half is rough.
I think it's from week 10, week 9 or week 10 on. It is like literally the hardest schedule you can.
See, that was the thing. Is
they do play in the hardest division, so I get that.
I picked against them a ton in the first half, and then they were like 1-9, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta start rattling off some wins.
1-9.
And then it was just
dude, the front
brutal.
half of their schedule is easy as shit. They play
I know,
like
that was the crazy thing.
Like 2 months.
That was the crazy
Week
thing.
1, they play FCS Southeast. Jeez.
They started 1-0. They started 1-0.
They started 1-0 and lost 9 straight.
The entire team got injured after that first game in practice. They all tore their ACLs. They had to run their entire practice squad.
All right, going into the AFC South, Texans winning with an 11-6 record, followed by the Jags at 10-7, the Colts at 8-9, and then the Titans at 6-11.
Titans hate is real. Titans hate is real. I know there's no Mike. I know no Mike Vrabel. That's why. But like,
never count out Mike Vrabel is over and done with. Like, I
get that, but also going back to the other thing, Colin's predictions make me think of the Jags when they started out 1-0, and I believe they went like 1-15, or they went like 2-14, and then they got T-Law. Gosh,
I remember they thought they were all that. And,
guys, Will Levis, he's not bad.
No, I just think
he's got quick release.
You have the Titans going.
Yeah, what do you have that? Yeah, would you have them going at, Marshall?
Hold on, I have it right here.
Because if you're complaining about you had 7 wins, I had 6 wins. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
All right,
no, I think it would be funny.
Yeah, what is it? What is it?
I definitely have it at 7-10.
Yeah, yeah. Shut the fuck up.
They're gonna be a really good 7-10.
They are.
They're gonna be competitive in
all really good games.
Those 10
It'd be
losses
like
are
the
all going to be by
Chargers.
3 points or less.
Those
It'd be like the
losses-
Chargers the last like 2 or 3 years, where every game was within like 3 points, and they just
Yeah.
lost fucking all of it.
Ending it off with the AFC West, I got the Chiefs at 14-3, the Chargers at 6-11, the Broncos.
Whoa.
That division is not competitive at all.
No,
Holy
not at all.
shit.
What was second place?
The
Chargers at
Chargers
6-11.
6-11 Chargers,
Second place.
Oh my goodness!
That's wild.
followed by the Broncos at 6-11, and then the Raiders at 5-12.
Guys, the Raiders hate needs to stop. That's the one that needs to stop. And I'll pull up my Raiders predictions. Because I know I didn't have them on that
My
one.
biggest thing is I think halfway through the season, Devontae Adams is going to the Jets. He's off of the Raiders.
I have
period.
Raiders at 8 and 9. I like Pierce. Crosby is amazing. And guys, they still have the GOAT, Amir Abdullah. So
God, will that man fucking retire? Oh my god!
Going into the playoff predictions, I'll start with the NFC. I had the Lions facing the Packers. I got the Lions winning that.
seeding. What's your seeding on them?
I'm sorry. Lions seeded 2.
Mhm.
Cowboys were 1. 7 seed was the Packers. So I got the Lions winning that. The 3 seed 49ers versus the 6 seed LA Rams. I got the Niners winning that as well. And then a repeat of last year, the 4 seed Bucks versus the 5 seed Eagles. I do have the Eagles winning this year, though. Going into the next round, you have the Cowboys versus the Eagles. I think this is the year the Cowboys move on into the next round. I think this is going to be the year. You got the rematch of the Lions versus the 49ers. I think we're going to win that. We're going to get to the Western Conference Finals versus the Cowboys.
The Western Conference
Or
Finals.
I keep saying Western Conference, bro. I'm so into NBA.
The Lions versus the Trailblazers.
Not in the Trailblazers' dreams, but the NFC Championship game. I do have the Cowboys versus the Lions. The Lions are going to lose in the Western Conference
The
Finals.
Cowboys glaze.
The Western
is
Conference
unreal.
Finals?
The
We lost to the
Cowboys.
Trailblazers.
I think this is that year the Cowboys break the
Pull it.
seal.
They're going to get destroyed. in this
Jokic
season.
went for
Whoever they play.
25,000 passing yards and 16 touchdowns.
It was crazy. You should have seen it.
We should have seen it, bro. Jamal Murray ran for like a 99-yard touchdown. The Cowboys glaze is unreal.
Glaze. What are we talking
Dallas
about?
is the biggest Cowboys.
You are a
rival.
secret Cowboys guy, which there's nothing wrong about that, but you are our secret Cowboys fan.
We
think
all
Which is
have
wild
our
'cause
like.
he's
I
also
think-
an Eagles fan.
We all have our
An
teams.
Eagles fan.
I feel like you're that secret Cowboys fan.
I just feel like it's happened.
Loves Dak is what it is. I feel.
I don't love
You are-
Dak. Dak
you are a
is just
Dak
so. Dak is just so underrated.
Overrated. I understand.
Underrated. People talk.
Dak is,
People talk about Dak like he's Kirk Cousins or something. It's crazy.
You know what I'm
I
ready
literally
for?
just want to say
I'm
Dak,
Thank you.
Dak is mine
Thank
and
you.
Marshall's Kirk Cousins.
You know what I'm ready for? I'm ready for these predictions to come out, and like this isn't obviously your fault, Dallas, but these predictions come out, and then all of a sudden it pops up in front tomorrow. CeeDee Lamb has been traded to the Chiefs. It's like, oh yeah, that's great.
I mean, that's fair. Which I mean, it's a Cowboys versus Eagles. I'm giving the credit to the Cowboys being there at home. Which I mean, that didn't work out for the Packers game, but hey. Going to the AFC though, I have the Chiefs with the 1 seed, the Ravens at the 2 seed versus the 7 seed Jaguars. I have the Ravens winning that. 3 seed Miami Dolphins versus the 6 seed Buffalo Bills. I have Miami winning that. I have the 4 seed Texans versus the 5 seed Bengals. Bengals are going to beat CJ Stroud. You have the best matchup probably in the playoffs with Chiefs versus Bengals, the 1 and the 5. I got the Chiefs beating the Bengals, unfortunately.
But say Joe Burrow, that man's got Patrick Mahomes' number.
I was just waiting for a shoe or something to come fucking flying in for Britain.
There's
There's a big sigh in the corner, I'll tell you.
there's only two QBs to beat that man Mahomes in the playoffs, I believe, and it's Brady twice or 3 times, and then Burrow once. That's it.
I got the Dolphins beating the Ravens.
That's
That's a hot take. That's a hot take.
insane, honestly.
And
Dolphins
then
winning in the cold, dude.
So it's Dolphins. So it's Dolphins versus Cowboys.
Dolphins.
Before your prediction,
Dolphins
oh, so-
versus Chiefs for the championship
okay.
game. And then I have the Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl and three-peating against the
I was gonna
Cowboys.
say, if you had had the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl,
I don't like
would
the
have been
original.
right.
I don't. Man, I went against the Chiefs because I just wanted to be original.
I genuinely think
I respect you for at least putting another team as far as the Chiefs and 49ers.
I genuinely think if we're ever going to see a three-peat in our life, this is the year. Like, genuinely.
I should pull up last season's schedule. Colin's just reading off everyone's records from last year to be lazy.
I would love to point out real quick that out of all of us so far that have like the most Madden-like simulation, Dallas takes the cake by a mile. He has the Dolphins being really good, which they're good.
Yeah.
They're great on Madden.
Cowboys and Madden are literally Thanos.
He has a KC Cowboys Super Bowl. You could
That
do
is every Madden.
You could do 1,000.
I didn't even think about that.
980 of them as Cowboys Chiefs. Like
I didn't even think about that.
That's a great idea. I should have just done my predictions through Sim.
Dude.
Honestly.
We should do that.
We
Honestly,
should do that.
maybe next episode I can run. Madden 25 just came out. I can download it and I should just do a sim and see what happens. Maybe I'll do that.
That'd be
All
fun.
right. Last but not least,
all right, I will let you guys know. I have a couple interesting.
it cannot be as interesting.
Steelers
as
to the
Colin.
Super Bowl.
No, I have no like. I have none on here. where
Sorry,
I'm like,
Eagles to the Super Bowl led by Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, there you go.
I have none on here that will like blow you away.
It's like, I want to start it off by saying right before the season started, Patrick Mahomes actually gets traded to the Detroit Lions, and
that'd be pretty cool. I'm not going in the same order as you guys, by the way. I'm going in the order that they are listed on my thing. So I would start with. Wait, did you guys start with the NFC or the AFC? I'll at least do that.
we all started with different. I did AFC. They did.
We
NFC.
both did it.
I'll do AFC then, because all right. Starting with AFC North, I have the Ravens going 14-3. The Bengals as the second in the division at 10-7. The Steelers third in the division at 10-7, and then the Browns missing the playoffs. The only one missing the playoffs at 10-7. I think that's going to be
Holy cow!
I think that's going to be a crazy division.
I mean, I do respect that. That is the best division in the NFL. I do really think that's a good prediction. I'm not gonna lie.
4 10-win teams would be absolutely insane. And
They're amazing. It's one of the best divisions we've seen in the recent history of football.
Ravens will be the 1 seed, by the way, at 14-3. They'll actually have the most wins in the league for me. So, and then going on to the AFC South, I got the Texans at 13-4. They're the 2 seed. Then I have the Colts sneaking into the playoffs as my 5 seed at 10-7. And then I have the Jags and the Titans both going 7-10 and missing the playoffs.
I like the Colts hype. I'm buying the Colts hype. As long as Richardson stays healthy, I think they're a playoff team.
If he stays healthy,
I saw someone brought up a good point yesterday. Is that like I know he had a couple good games last year before he got hurt, but at no point in that man's career has he been considered a good quarterback until that like little insanity run he had before he got hurt. So let's pump the brakes a little bit.
Well,
I'm not saying he can't be good.
I also
Sometimes
really,
that happens.
I also
People are
really
kind
just
of mid in college.
It's a mix of
blow up.
a mix of him, and I also just have a lot of trust in that team. I think the team's good.
I was gonna
That's
say
fair.
my thing is like even if Richardson plays 4 games and goes down again, I think Flacco after what he did last year, if he can just be 75% of that, Shane Steichen is low key a fucking genius, and I think worst case scenario they're winning 7 games just because of his play call. Like I think he's that good of a play call.
Yeah, he showed really good play calls last year.
And then, I think Doug Peterson might get fired. They go 7-10 in the Jags. I think he could get canned like 3/4 of the way through the year. Then I will go to the AFC West. I have the Chiefs going 12-5. They're the 3 seed. Then I have the Broncos at 8-9 in second place. The Raiders at 7-10 in third place. And then I have the Chargers at 6-11 in fourth place. Then I would say this is my only kind of shocker. The entire thing. I have the Jets winning the AFC East at 9-8. Then I have
Jesus Christ.
It gets better. I have the Bills second place at 9-8. Then I have the Dolphins
9-8.
I have the Dolphins at 8-9.
Damn.
And then I have the Patriots, who I believe have the worst record in the league at 3-14. Then this is where I guess it'll get a little bit crazy. So on the NFC side, starting with the NFC West, I had the Rams as the 1 seed at 13-4.
Shocker.
Then I have
13 is a stretch. I'd put them max 12 wins, but
yeah. If I was to able to redo this, I would probably have them at 11. So I guess I just give a little bit of a break. Then I have the Niners at the Rams are the 1 seed, by the way. 13 wins gets you the 1 seed in the NFC. Then I have the Niners at the 5 seed at 12-5, so only 1 game difference. And then I am also like you, Marshall. Me and you both had the Cardinals. I think you had them at 9-8. I have them at 10-7 making the playoffs.
I wanted them at 10-7. I think Kyler's gonna go crazy.
I think that if I could redo this, I'd probably give them 1 or 2 less wins. I think that defense is gonna be atrocious, but I think Kyler, Marvin Harrison. I think
they go have in between 8 and 10 wins, and they like it. They're kind of like what the Lions did, where they're like, guys, this team next year, they put some draft, they put some money in free agency, they can be legit.
I think they have like a fringe top 10 offense. I just think their defense is going to be bottom 5. They're going to be like just like an air raid team. And then I have Seattle going 8-9 to finish last, which I don't know how I did that. I don't think Seattle's going to be that good.
I don't know how I did that.
I really don't. Well, to be fair, I have them going 1-5 in the division, so that's pretty bad.
It's hard division.
Then I have the Lions as the 2 seed at 12-5. I have the Bears coming in 2nd place at 10-7. The Packers coming in 3rd at 7-10, and the Vikings coming in last at 4-13.
Not 1-16.
Moving on to the NFC East, I got the Eagles taking the division at 11-6. The Cowboys coming in 2nd place, being a playoff team at 10-7. And then I have the Commanders at 4-13 and the Giants at 3-14 to finish it off.
That's pretty decent record. Pretty decent predictions, I'll say.
I meant to finish off the division, I guess. I got one. I've got the Bucks winning the NFC South at 9-8. Interesting. I have 5 of their wins coming in division, so pretty reliant on that division being ass. Got the Falcons.
You basically had them sweeping the Saints and the Panthers, and then trading with the Falcons.
I bet you that's exactly what I did.
Exactly what happened.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
Everybody can guess that shit.
And then I have the Falcons going 7-10, finishing 2nd place. I have the Panthers at 5-12 in 3rd place, and the Saints at 4-13 in last place. I think they actually might. Maybe not record-wise. I think they're going to be the worst team in the league.
Is Derek Carr still Saint?
Yeah, I think
he's the only thing I think they can keep him going.
I think he's going to be decent through I think they're going to get 3 or 4 of their 4 wins within weeks 8, 9. It's going to be in there, and it's going to be like a Russ situation where they sit him to make sure he doesn't get injured to guarantee his money, that kind of thing. Because I think they're just going to try to bottom out. At some point they have to, right? I mean, with the cap situation and everything, at some point.
Yeah, they are the worst cap situation in NFL history.
Okay, and then the playoffs. I have the 4 seed Jets hosting the 5 seed Colts. I have
man Collins said, "Fuck those predictions. I'm tuning in now."
The Rams to win the fucking Super Bowl.
I heard a
Matthew Stafford retirement tour.
Retirement tour. He said he wants to play till he's 40.
I have the Jets beating the Colts at home, and then I have the Texans going up against the 7 seed Steelers. I have the Texans winning that. The 3 seed Chiefs versus the 6 seed Bengals. I have the Chiefs winning that one. Then it will be the 1 seed Ravens versus the 4 seed Jets, and I actually have the Jets winning that one.
Rodgers.
I think Rodgers makes an AFC Championship on a somewhat farewell tour. Then I have the 2 seed Texans versus the 3 seed Chiefs. I think Kansas City gets that done. Making sure Mahomes beats every good quarterback in the AFC, so that'll be fun. And then I have the Chiefs beating the Jets to go to the Super Bowl. Then on the
I'm glad I'm the only person that didn't have the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Okay.
I feel like you're going to be the only person wrong, but
I hope.
Who did you have, Marshall?
The Bengals.
The Bengals. So.
Okay, and then on the NFC side, I have the 4 seed Bucks facing the 5 seed 49ers. I have the 49ers taking that. the 2 seed Lions versus the 7 seed Cardinals. I have the Lions beating the Cardinals. And then the 3 seed Eagles versus 6 seed Cowboys. Have the Eagles winning that one. Setting up Rams, San Francisco, and I have the Rams winning that. And then the Lions, Eagles, which honestly that would be a crazy playoff game.
That would be kind of crazy.
We're
going to be flying to Philadelphia. Oh wait,
no, this would be in Detroit actually. I have the Lions.
Detroit, yeah, that's right.
So I have the Lions beating out the Eagles. Then a conference championship game that would literally suck ass forever. I have the Rams versus the Lions to go to the Super Bowl.
I just want you to know, before you make this pick, I have my finger over the remove button. All right?
This is that Scott
if you
question
pick
all
Matthew
over
Stafford
again.
in the Rams,
And
I'm kicking you from this fucking podcast right now.
In a nail biter, I have the Lions winning and advancing to the first ever Super Bowl.
Thank fuck. Jesus Christ. I didn't think you had it in you.
And that sets up a 3-seed Chiefs versus 2-seed Lions Super Bowl. And this would be the worst game of my life because I have the Chiefs winning and three-peating. I have Travis Kelce retiring. This would be like
the script is there. The script
this
is
would be
there.
like the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are gonna repeat.
It would be like their swan song. It would be Kelsey's gone. Hell, maybe Andy Reid retires because he's talked about it. I could see this being like the departure of the Chiefs after their three-peat. So I just want to re-go over. Colin has KC 49ers with KC winning. Marshall has probably the most out there pick. The Bengals versus the Eagles with the Eagles winning.
It's very unique, but it's all you guys can't say. It's like that's crazy.
It's
like,
not,
I'm not
at all.
I think the Bengals winning the Super Bowl would be crazy. I think the Eagles could make it. I think that's.
I think the Eagles are gonna be a powerhouse of a team this year.
Then we have the Madden sim that Dallas did, which was KC versus the Cowboys.
Yep.
And then I have KC Lions. So only one of us has the Lions making the Super Bowl. So nice to know I'm the biggest fan out of all you guys. That's cool.
Most of the delusional is fine too.
This is also the same. This is also the same thing. Because I watched it the other day because I logged into the TikTok, but I went back and watched Colin's TikTok of all of us taking the Chiefs versus the Lions in Week 1. Dallas was the only one to pick the Lions, and the Lions won.
Dallas is the one that made that TikTok.
So yeah,
the last time somebody lone wolf the Lions, they won the game.
that is true. I'll give you
So
that.
You know what?
I will choose to believe that.
So you're saying there's a chance?
They're saying there's a chance, but then you also have the Chiefs winning that game. So
Yeah.
How we just went on that long tangent.
What's
about
the
conference
phase of the moon
championship,
on the night of the
all that
Super Bowl?
stuff.
oh yeah, if the Lions make the Super Bowl,
If the Lions make the Super Bowl, I'm going to be really pissed off when they lose. But hey, at least we would have that 2-week block of
I was
like.
gonna say you're no
everybody
longer
would
on
be
that
so
list of
cool.
teams that have never made it. You can hang your hat on that.
That 2 weeks
then
will be the most stressful 2 weeks. I'll be at work. Hey, what you thinking about? Dude, that'll be the only thing I'm thinking about.
I would be
not
so
shitting you. I'd probably
plastered
take a
Super Bowl
leave of
Sunday that it
absence
won't
from work.
it won't be funny.
Man, Colin won't
Thanks.
remember the Super Bowl. Colin, I'm all about like drinking on like good events, but dude, Colin, I don't think I'd be able to drink like a week before the Super Bowl because my anxiety and I'd
A
be
week
shaking
before the
so
Super
much,
Bowl
bro.
is
I wouldn't be able to.
Or
I'd
you have
be,
to shake before he even picks up a drink.
I'd be like, hey,
like an alcoholic fucking having withdrawal.
I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd be so nervous that I wouldn't be able to drink at
I
all.
would need to
I would
drink
tell
to
you
calm
guys-
my nerves. That's the point.
I would tell you guys what the hell. You know how like they cover fucking everything for the Super Bowl? Like they have media week and like they fucking it's interviews of everything. I would probably average like 23 hours of screen time a day for that week. I would fucking be literally
Dan would be
This is like-
amazing to watch.
Oh my god,
Wait,
Dan
is
at
the
the
Super Bowl this
pressure of
year?
the Super Bowl. Holy shit. The sound clips we would get would be the greatest thing of all time.
Thank you guys for watching. We are back to weekly shows, so make sure you check out the TikTok. Make sure you check out our YouTube. We will be the NFL season's only a month away,
It's like
so we're
27 days.
yeah
27 days.
we're all itching to get back. So we'll do our awards prediction next week. You know, we'll see how we're doing our season predictions, and then obviously when the NFL's back, we'll get into our week to week or game by game predictions, which will be a lot of fun. So we're all excited for that. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. We will see you guys next week. We will bring back trivia next week. It wasn't here today, but we'll bring it back next week. So we will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.